Hi guys, this is Miss Crafty 2015 here again, and tonight I'm going to do a coloring tutorial on this pretty little lady over here. Please ignore the strange angle. I'm recording this from my tablet as I do not have a document camera and I'm testing this out. So your feedback on how this worked would be amazing for me. So this little girl right here is a Google image that I found just while searching for some free digital stamps. And the coloring choices I'm going to use today, I'm going to use my Spectrum Noir markers. You can find these at Joann's, Michael's. You can order them off Amazon, off eBay, Consumer Crafts, excuse me, and I will put them in the description below, the links where you can find them. So today I'm going to show just a brief tutorial on how to do some basic blending, and if you have Spectrum Noir and you would like to follow along, you're more than welcome to. So right here I took this image and I put it into Microsoft Paint and I just enlarged it so it would look nice and neat for this particular tutorial. And what I'm going to start off with is I'm going to start off with her skin tone. And right here I have the color choices that I'm going to use, which I have is FS1 FS9 and FS4, and I will uncap them so you guys can follow along. So there is no particular way for you guys to do this one. I'm trying to put this correctly. When we have Spectrum Noir markers, you have a bullet tip and a wider tip, the right here to cover big areas. Now, I learned this blending from watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos, and there's really no set way to begin blending. Just find a way that is comfortable for you, which is what I'm going here. I'm no expert in blending. I'm no expert in coloring, though some people may say that if you've seen my previous work on my Facebook page or on the posts that I have made on Cricut Lover's Guide to Design Space. So what I'm going to begin first is I'm going to use my FS1, and I'm just going to do one basic coat over all her features. And I'm just going to do her skin tone. The trick to blending is to get the paper as wet as you possibly can. The more saturated the paper is, the better blending that you're going to get. So, and it seems that my marker is drying out. Now, Spectrum Noir markers are refillable. You can buy the ink refills, again, on Amazon, eBay. I believe Joann's and Michael's as well, if you are looking for them online. These markers do last a long time, and I prefer these over Copic markers only because of the pricing. Copic markers do tend to get a little bit expensive, especially when they are $3 or $4 a pop, all the way up to $5 a pop. Okay, now that I have my base coat down, which is your lightest color, I'm going to come in with my darkest color, and I'm going to put in my shadow starting with her face, and we're going to do that first. So I'm going to take my FS9, and I'm going to very slightly put in a shadow right underneath her hairline. I hope you guys can see this. So I do apologize if the lighting is not perfect. So right over here, right by her ear and right under here on her neck. I'm gonna put a little bit of darkness there. And then on her legs, right underneath her dress, we want that nice shadow right underneath there. Coming in with my medium color, which was going to be my FS4, I'm going to go and overlap this with my dark color. To draw that color out. And I'm going to keep drawing this out. Now, some people are going to tell you don't overlap it all the way, but for me, I find that it blends easier if I start where my dark color is and push that color out. And I'm just going to keep doing this. And over here as well. Until I get to a certain point where I feel like it is perfect. And I'm just going to keep blending this in. And keep going. You want it so that you can see the difference and you can keep going. Now I'm going to do the same thing on her legs, and I'm going to push this over here so you can see. And I'm going to push this color out. Just like this. Okay. I'm going to go back in with the lightest color that we started with, which would be FS1. And now I'm going to push this medium color all the way out and just keep going over it. And my marker is dry, so I'm going to just use the other end of it. That might work a little better. So I'm just going to push this color out and go all the way around. And I get that nice skin tone color underneath there. And I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to drag that color out. So I get a nice even skin tone. I'm going to do the same thing on this side where her feet are. And I'm going to push that medium and all that dark color out. All the way. I'm going to go back over here. Now, you can go over this as many times as you'd like to get that desired effect. But as you can see, there's a little bit of shadow. And sometimes you can go back over it to get in that nice color. And we need to do her hand as well. So I'm going to do the same pattern that I did before. And I'm going to with my light color. And then put in my dark color. This is FS9. and then over with my medium. This is not normally how I do my coloring. I always put my darks in first, only because it looks a little better. Now, I'm going to see if you can get, as you can see, there's some nice shading there. Excuse the moving. Right here, I know the lighting's bad. Over here, you can see, and same thing with her hand. So again, the colors that I used for this one are going for her skin tone are FS1, FS4, and FS9. Now let's do her hair. So I was debating on whether to make her a blonde or a brunette or a redhead, but in the end I decided to use my browns. So for my brown colors, I have TN9, TN7, and TN5, TN5 being the lighter color. When you are blending, you want to look for alternating colors. TS9 happens to be my darkest that I'm going to use, and I'm no means no color expert at hair, so this might not turn out quite how I want it to be. And when you are coloring hair, you always want to start with your darkest first, and that would be, and what you want to remember is you need to follow the hairline and then just flick where you know will be the darkest. So right here, at where her ponytail is pulled in will be your darkest right here. Underneath here of her hairline will also be darkest. And your goal is you want to look like she has some highlights in her hair. And her darkest will be right around here. And right here. As well. And we can also do here on the top as well, and right here on the back. And you want to do it in short flick movements. Okay. Going in with TN7. I'm going to come up here at the top and not starting all the way, but about halfway, I'm going to come in and start flicking in there. And you also want to do, after I flicked, I'm going to come in and push that color out so it gets that nice like that. And now I'm going to come in with my lightest color, which is TN5, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. So halfway through, I'm going to come in and do this, and then push this color out. I'm going to come in all the way through and give it a nice push so all that color comes out. Now you're more than welcome to use 2 colors, 3 colors, however many colors that you want. I'm going to use TN7 again, and I'm going to come in right here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to flick this up. And keep flicking up. I'm going to do a little bit on the top, not too much. Like that. Keep flicking. And I'm going to finish off everything with TN5, and just blend those 2 areas together. Keep doing this. And bring that color out. And you may need to do this a few more times, just so you get the right amount of color that you would like. You want it blended enough so you don't see all the little stroke lines that you've done. And you can see that I have